Boys, look what I just got in the mail. On the HillMiles. So let's start this off just going straight into mode 3. This bike is super fun. It's actually been one of my favorite bikes lately. I love the size of it. Love how easy it is to ride. So yeah, we're just gonna be riding around, testing her out, and talking about some pros and cons.
Alright, first thing I want to go over, one cool feature that this bike has that no other bikes have, to my knowledge, is a Bluetooth speaker mounted on the back of the bike. Now you can use this for one of two things. One, you can actually connect to it and play your own music. I tried this out, it sounded pretty decent. It's definitely a cheaper speaker, but the quality's good, and this can be really fun if you're riding with friends and you guys want to enjoy some music together.
What's up?
What is that, bro?
This is the new HillMiles Pop 1. It's a new bike. It just released.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, shit. Oh, no. That looks good.
Thank you.
How fast it go?
Like 35.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
Are you with it?
Kinda here.
It also has gas dirt bike sounds, so if you want to kind of feel like you're on a gas dirt bike, but without actually being on a gas dirt bike, dealing with all the maintenance, I see this feature as being a really good thing for younger kids who love that audible noise of the motor. And this could be a way to get them more excited about the bike. So if you have a younger sibling or a son, this could be a great option for them. I'll play a clip of the motor noise right now. Some other things this bike comes with is a 3,000 watt peak motor. This is pretty usual in this class. That is what you're expected to come with. And it also comes with a 48 volt 25 amp hour battery. This is going to give you a ton of range. In this video, I hadn't charged it all week and still had plenty of battery. Also, this motor and battery combo gives you a crazy amount of torque, making it super easy to climb hills and do wheelies like you're seeing right here. This bike features DOT hydraulic disc brakes, so these are more like pit bike style rather than mountain bike style like you'd see on bikes like the Mototechs, Talarias, Surons. So this is definitely a big upgrade. These brakes feel awesome. Out of the box, they did feel a little squishy, but I just gave them a couple pumps, and after that, they felt great. You barely have to pull them. They make you feel way more confident doing wheelies and riding around, and just really give you that extra boost of confidence, which I think makes this a much more enjoyable experience as opposed to bikes that don't have as good of brakes. It features an inverted front fork and adjustable rear shock. The rear shock is very stiff compared to other bikes in this class, which can be nice, especially if you're a heavier rider. And it has 2 adjustment points, allowing you to raise and lower the seat and change the way the shock's going to react. So it has a lower position, which can be good for dirt riding, give you a little lower center of gravity, and a higher position, which I have it set in here, which makes the bike feel a lot bigger and a lot more comfortable for taller riders. The front forks, however, are very soft. That is one issue I have had with this bike, is not the entire spring of the fork, but that first initial maybe inch or two of travel is very soft, and it feels like this front fork bottoms out a lot. This isn't a huge issue because a replacement front fork from, say, Voltron Watts, I have a video on that. You can see it on my channel. Will run you about $130, so not a huge upgrade you'll have to worry about, but it is something to think about. During our Black Friday sale, the price will drop by $200, and if you use my discount code in the description, you'll get extra 15% off. That can be added on top of the Black Friday deal, but also used anytime after or before that deal. Some other things to note are that this bike's really good for street riding for this price. A lot of riders like me want a more budget-friendly bike like this, but are kind of struggle with the bikes in this price range being much smaller. This bike's a lot bigger than other bikes. It's got a really nice tall seat height, good geometry, and every person who I've let try it has been like, wow, this thing actually feels a lot bigger. And the reason it feels that way isn't just the taller seat height, but it also features dropped pegs. This is going to make your rider's triangle a lot more comfortable, especially for taller riders, and overall just make this bike more accessible to more people. Some other good things to mention are this big bright LCD display. This shows your speed, but I've found that it's not super accurate, and the screen is actually only limited to 31 miles per hour. It's accurate up until that point, but afterwards you can actually get the bike up to 35 miles per hour plus, and the screen won't show it. But I confirmed on GPS that the 35 mile per hour claim top speed is 100% doable on this bike. Some other things to note is that this bike would make a perfect present for Christmas. I know Christmas is coming up. You might be interested in getting this bike for maybe a son or daughter. This is a great option. And it definitely competes well up against competitors like Tutio's, Mototech, E-Box. I think this bike really does put up some competition. It features a horn, headlight, high beams, full twist throttle, just a lot of features that a lot of these other bikes don't have. Some other pros I would like to talk about is the tire tread. The stock tire tread is similar to like a dual sport tread, making it easy to ride on streets like you see here, but also really easy to ride on dirt. So this can be great if you're a younger rider who isn't really sure if you're going to be riding more streets or dirt. It just really opens up more options for you. While this bike is awesome, I do have some cons. Like I mentioned earlier, the forks are very soft, but another con I have is the throttle. If it gets slightly wet or you've been using it a long time, it does tend to stick a little bit. I've had this issue come up occasionally. It usually goes away after a little bit, kind of comes and goes. So one thing I would maybe look into doing if you get this bike is replacing that stock throttle with a Sur-On throttle. Another issue I had is the chain tensioning system. It tends to come loose really quickly, and the spring-loaded chain tensioner, the spring on it just isn't strong enough to keep good tension on the chain. I found myself often having to tighten it or put the chain back on. So that is one thing you want to look into. Another thing is the motor on this bike is mounted on the swing arm. This isn't necessarily a con, it could be a pro as well, it just depends on where you're coming from. A swing arm mounted motor is going to make it a lot smoother and make the chain tension a lot better, because you don't need to worry about the rear gear moving separately from the motor. But the downside of this is you have a lot of unsprung mass on the rear. This probably isn't going to affect a bike in this size, but if you were going really hard on off-road trail hitting jumps, you would notice the back of the bike kind of coming up when you hit a jump. But yeah, overall, I'd say this is a great bike. If you're interested, I have a link down below. Make sure to check it out. And that's all for today. And stay tuned for next episode where I'll be riding this bike and the Mototech around my neighborhood.